Hello!
And welcome to Books and Crannies.
Yeah, Book Lovers Podcast.
We did it backwards. That's weird.
I know. Who are we? I'm Danielle.
I'm Sarah.
Oh my gosh, that's who we are.
Wow.
Stop, Danielle. Ew. I'm sorry, okay? I'm feeling weird now. It's a weird day, guys.
It's been a weird one.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit weird. But we're still in the freaking world of The Huntress by Kate Quinn.
Yeah.
And hear me out.
Yeah.
It's really good.
It is.
I'm really enjoying it.
Really enjoying it. And it's making me want to read more historical fiction.
I know. We're going to have to.
I know.
One day. So if you're listening to this, tell us what your favorite historical fictions are for us to read later.
Yeah.
Please.
Do it. Right now.
Immediately.
Stop what you're doing.
Stop it.
And do that.
Put it in the comments somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on. Anyway. Today, we're talking about chapters 21 through 38.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the one.
It was a good chunk.
It was.
It was a very interesting chunk.
There was a lot that happened in this section.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Like Jordan's timeline caught up with Ian's timeline.
Yeah.
We're all in the present now except for Nina's backstory.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to unpack here, dudes.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say something, but I changed my mind.
You don't want to say it?
No.
Why not?
Because I think it might have been dumb.
Oh. As if we don't say dumb shit here all the time.
Yeah. I was just going to say, like, I wonder why we're getting so much of Nina's backstory.
Oh.
But it makes sense.
I mean.
Because she's, like, badass.
She is real dope. And
but
that's the whole Night Witch's thing.
It just brings me back to...
What if Nina's the Huntress?
Yeah.
I know we talked about this. But how would she be in both places at the same time? Now that they're caught up in present. Unless Annalise is not at all the Huntress.
That's what I'm saying.
But then who's Annalise?
Just a lady.
Who's Ruth? Why does she have someone else's kid?
Maybe her whole story about how she has Ruth and their whole story was true. And we're just skeptical.
I don't know.
No, I'm still convinced that it's Annalise.
Oh my
God.
I can't wait to find out.
Just have theory. I
know. I keep thinking
theories
the same thing.
wasn't the right word. I have many questions about Nina. Speculation. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a whole section in this section about Nina and Ian talking, and she's like, I'm a hunter. We hunt.
Yeah.
I keep getting brought back to that idea.
Yeah.
And I thought it very early on, and then I was like, there's no chance because of this and this and that.
Yeah.
But what if she is?
Yeah.
I guess we'll find out next episode, but not this one, because we sure didn't find out today.
I know.
We should probably talk about what we read, though.
We probably should, yeah.
Yeah.
So buckle up.
Yes! Grab a snack.
And a drink.
And a blankie.
And your favorite snack.
2 snacks.
You need to
your
buckle
first and
the frick
second
up.
favorites.
Yep.
Popcorn. It's a little crunchy. It might distract you.
Popcorn and M&M's.
That sounds
Sweet
really
and salty.
Good. Can we
Come
have
on.
that right now?
Let's do it.
On the podcast. I'm
Guys,
sure nobody would mind.
We're not recording anymore. Bye.
Just kidding. We're back.
Stay, please.
So anyway, we got to dive in. And I think we should start with Nina.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm going to start with Nina.
You want to talk about Nina?
She's not present.
Yeah.
So, I
this
mean,
is past
she
Nina.
She is, but she's not.
But this is past Nina.
Past Nina.
And past Nina has a hell of a life, dude.
She freaking does.
Yeah.
She's a freaking night bomber, dude.
I know, shoot.
And they're going
Night
off
witches.
on all these freaking missions.
Yes. Yeah.
Bunch of bombing runs.
Bombing.
Bombing
runs. And they're like 3 months in when we enter this section of the book, because it's part 2.
Yeah.
They're like 3 months into their night runs, and her and Elena are like boss ass bitches, and they always are the ones running the show. Basically, they lead the attacks 90% of the time.
Yeah,
like 5 out of 7 or whatever is what she
Yeah.
said. They're always in the front doing crazy stuff,
being crazy,
and
these ladies, all of them,
every last one.
Yeah,
they're wild.
Yeah.
And I am impressed.
I am too.
And also, I don't want to mess
never.
with them.
No,
also not that. Unless I had to, I guess.
If
someone forced me. God, nobody do that.
Please don't.
But the way that they attack and bomb is actually crazy.
Yeah, they like hide in the clouds.
Yeah, and theirs is named Rusalka. We didn't know that last time.
Yeah.
But it's the Lake Witch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they fly close and then turn off all engines and just sort of coast down silently so nobody knows they're coming.
Yeah.
And then they drop the bombs and run.
And skedaddle.
Scoot on out of there.
Bye-bye, bitches.
Yeah. And they're starting to, like, lose ladies here and there.
Yeah.
But it's okay. but it's not.
I mean, it's sad, but
it's sad.
It's
but
part
they got to
of
keep going.
War, you know.
War, yeah. There's going to be losses.
Yeah.
But as they keep developing that storyline, Yelena and Nina are falling in love all over the place. They love each other.
They're snuggling at night, sneaking away to catch some
snuggling
smooches.
at day. Yeah. They're night bombers.
You're right.
Daytime's their night.
Well, it's night for them.
But they snuggle under the Rusalka, the plane,
under
and
the wing,
make out, and
do the
say
deeds.
sweet nothings.
Yep.
And then it comes up to another night bombing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this is the right series of events, so if not, sorry about it, friends.
I
But
don't know
we're flying off the seat of our pants these episodes.
Yeah.
It's more fun for us, okay?
Yeah, jeez.
God, quit yelling.
It makes reading less of a chore.
Facts. To not take extensive notes.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe it's more interesting for you. So you
Probably.
actually let us know.
Yeah.
I know this is a weird time to ask for that, but let us know how you feel about
Yeah,
it.
please do.
Anyway, they go on another bombing attack.
Yeah.
And they have not encountered other night bombers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, normally it's just anti-aircraft weapons from the ground.
Yeah.
And, like, spotlights and stuff.
Yeah, but they get
They get sneaked on. Snuck up on.
I was gonna... Yeah. They get snuck up on.
By a Messerschmitt.
Sure.
It's a German...
Yeah.
Fighter
plane.
And it's bigger and
faster.
And the one advantage that they have is that they can like get down to really low elevation and go really slow without stalling their plane, whereas the Messerschmitt can very much not do that.
Yeah.
But it's just like raining down bullets on their plane.
And that's terrifying.
That's real spooky.
Yeah.
And their whole goal is to take them down. They want that plane to go down.
Bye-bye, bitches.
Bye. And they do that.
They do.
Freaking Yelena has to make like a panic landing.
Emergency landing, yeah, because they like... The plane obviously is damaged.
Yeah, very
quite
much.
a bit.
The wings are all holy.
Mm-hmm. They got
the
broken
propellers messed up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad stuff going on.
Yeah.
So they find a little clearing, and they don't know whether or not it's, like, occupied by German soldiers or Polish soldiers or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't know if they're going to be in enemy territory.
Yeah, that's scary,
That's
dude.
terrifying. No thanks.
Hefty no thanks.
Hefty big no
Yeah.
thanks. That's really spook.
Yeah. Spooktown USA.
Yeah, and once they land, they both like hop out of their cockpits and start running to get out of the clearing, and are still being shot at by the Messerschmitt. Like they have to hide for a good amount of time while it makes like 2 or 3 more passes.
Yeah,
that's terrifying.
No, thank you.
Oh my god, Nina.
But these crafty bitches, like break the other propeller to make it even,
balance it out,
and then just fly back after the Messerschmitt leaves.
Yeah, but they fly back. And they're not quite sure where their, like, landing strip is.
Yeah.
And so they think they find it and see, like, flares that tell them where to land.
Yeah, and Yelena freaks the fuck out.
She has a trauma response big time.
Yeah.
Like, she
thinks they're being shot at again.
By another messer.
Yeah.
And she starts flying all erratically and, like, flips their plane upside down or something. And Nina's like, get it together!
Yeah.
And has to, like, reach across both cockpits because she has to control one stick at the same time, and Yelena's all fucked up. So she's just, like, stretched across.
Yeah.
She cuts herself on, like, the broken window or something.
Yeah, she cuts her arm.
And she gets them to land.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang, Nina!
I think we forgot to mention...
What?
I think it was in this section. While they're on, like, a bombing run at some point, one of their bombs gets stuck.
Oh, yeah!
And Nina just climbs out of the plane.
I know! Standing on the wing.
And is, like, on the wing.
It was actually this actual instance. It was right before the Messer attacked.
Okay.
Because she's like, if I'd still been out there,
I would have been toast.
Would have been gonzo.
Yeah,
right down
dude.
my spine.
What the heck?
Nina's wild.
She's nutty.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Nuts. Yeah, and so they make their landing.
Yeah.
And Yelena's shook, obviously.
Yeah, she's not really okay.
No. And Nina's like, it's okay, baby.
Yeah.
Shh, it's okay. We all have moments.
Yeah.
Like, we all have those things.
She, like, comforts Yelena, but then she passes out because of her arm.
Oh, yeah.
Damage.
Yeah.
She's bleeding to death.
I know. She's got a big old cut.
Yeah.
And so she's, like, benched for a while.
Yeah.
Until her arm gets better for a couple weeks. And so Yelena has a new navigator.
Yeah.
And... this ends up making it so Nina goes to this, like, award ceremony.
Yeah.
That
With Stalin
is hosting.
Yeah.
And it's, like, the commander or whatever of their group.
Their unit,
whatever, is like, really, they're picking injured soldiers because we can't, like, take people out of planes.
Yeah, we can't spare any working person right now.
So you guys get a medal, but only because default.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have a lot of options. Although Nina is a boss ass bitch.
She is,
so
and
I'm sure she would have gotten one anyway. But she gets to go to freaking Moscow or something and do this whole rigmarole of, like, fancy ribbons and, you know, she looks fancy.
Yeah, she's all dressed up.
They get escorted everywhere. People are like, oh my God, it's the ladies. And then they are put on a stage and Stalin, like, hands out medals. Mm-hmm. Or maybe somebody else does, and then at the end he comes and, like, touches each of them on the...
Yeah.
I just imagine, like, this big creepy man looming and squeezing your shoulders.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's a lot. No thanks, Stalin.
And he, like, looks you in the eyes while he's doing it.
And Nina's the only one who meets his eyes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, you're the only one who would look me in the eyes. Mm-hmm. Interesting. And starts, like, taking more notice of Nina.
Yeah.
And
which
she
is
finds
not
it
good.
No. And she kind of finds it comical, though. And is like, do you know how easy I could kill you right now?
Yeah.
Big man, you're kind of fat.
Yeah,
you're way
she's,
more
like,
gray.
talking shit about him in her mind and, like, thinking what her dad would think if he knew that she was standing there face to face with him.
Which her dad is very much like a Stalin hater.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she worries that he's going to, like, remember her. Like, note her name down.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of that chapter, she's like, he must have, because the investigation began however long after.
Yeah.
But yeah, she had a run-in with Stalin.
Mm-hmm. No thanks.
What the hoots?
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
I know. And then things go back to relative normal.
Yeah.
She ends up back flying. Mm-hmm. But on another bombing raid, I think Dusha or something.
Yeah, she gets killed.
Actually, that one's crazy. There's a whole new machine that they encounter, or like another fighter, where they're going in their normal bombing route and they see the planes in front of them start dropping. Like someone in the air is attacking them. Yeah. With like crazy lights coming at them, so it's disorienting. Yeah. And one of their fave ladies, all of them, they love all of them. They're sestras.
Yeah, come on.
But they start going down.
Yeah. That's sad.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being like behind your family and seeing them just drop out of the sky.
I know.
Like, bye.
And I think Dusha, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
That sounds right.
She lost her navigator, or maybe she was the navigator. She lost her pilot, like, shortly before that bombing, and so she was, like, really messed up.
Yeah, not okay.
And just drove into the fire. Yeah. And they watched it happen and couldn't stop her. Yeah. So they're just losing ladies left and right. The war's getting really shady, as war does. Yeah. And so that means Nina gets promoted. Yeah. Or
which
moved
is
up.
Exciting and kind of sad.
I know. She
has to leave Elena. And they're so cute.
And they love each other.
Come on. And they're such a good team.
Yeah. Oh, and also.
Yeah.
I forgot to say.
What?
It's not that important.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay.
When Nina went to Moscow to see Stalin, Yelena was like, bring me something back from Moscow, because that's like her home. And anything, I don't care, sand, whatever. So she brings her back a little rose. Okay. The reason they went to freaking Moscow is because the leader of the ladies' groups died. Markova?
I don't think that's not why they went to see Stalin. That was later. Markova died later.
I don't know if she did, because she brought Yelena back a rose from her coffin. So I think it was like a whole big, we're honoring Markova and
you're going to see Stalin
eaglets.
while you're there. Yeah. I guess you're right. Okay.
And Markova's only like 35, and she's the one who put together all the lady flyer units.
Yeah, she's one of the famous like 3 ladies that Nina was obsessed with before she ever became flyer.
And she died on like a regular run. It wasn't even bombing. She was just like flying. Something went wrong.
Sad.
I know.
But yeah, she brings Yelena back a little rose.
All that to say.
A rose from Markova's coffin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Yelena keeps it and like wears it on her suit or whatever. But anyway, Nina's now a pilot.
Yeah. And she's got a navigator who, I can't remember her name.
Galia.
But she's like afraid of her.
Yeah.
The navigator's afraid of Nina.
Yes.
Naturally.
And there's a whole bunch of new recruits. As ladies keep dropping, they have a whole bunch of young women coming in. Like, they look like babies. Yeah. And these war-hardened women are like, these children.
Yeah.
And now they're getting paired up with them.
Yeah.
And Nina does a lot of reflecting in this section, too, about how, you know, as soon as a pilot seat is evacuated, you just move on into it. And the only way you move up is to lose a sister. And it's like, terrible.
Yeah.
But it has to be done.
But
Somebody's got to fly the plane.
Someone has to fly the plane, yeah. You can't just leave it empty.
I know.
Because they need all the help they can get.
Yeah. Yeah. But then they start doing the bomb runs again. What?
Nothing. It's really not important.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
All right. Well, they start doing bomb runs again, and Nina is now pilot and has to, like, teach Galia, or whatever her name is, how to navigate. And they are doing something and end up... Oh, no. Listen, I'm all over the place.
I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
They're learning together. Everyone's doing bombs. Everyone's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yelena is taken away. She has to go do something
she's
somewhere
going
else.
Somewhere for a while.
Yeah. For, like, a number of months, maybe.
Yeah.
And while she's gone, Nina and Galia, that might not be her name, I honestly don't know.
I don't know either.
They are on a flight and, like, try to get into cloud cover as they normally do in their tiny planes.
Yeah.
And where the heck do they end up, Sarah?
They end up over the friggin' ocean,
dude.
And Nina is freaking the fuck out because she doesn't like water.
Her one fear is
drowning. Of water.
Yeah.
And, like, the plane is not doing good because the wind is so strong. Like, they're not even moving at all.
They can't fight the wind.
The headwind.
Yeah. And they're like 8 meters above the water.
Yeah, they're like nothing. Skimming the water.
That's like 25 feet above the ocean.
Yeah, dude.
And she's like, we're not going to do this. It's not going to happen. I'm freaking out. She's having a trauma response like Yelena did.
Yeah. And her navigator's yelling at her like, you're not going to drown.
We're not going to drown.
I'm going to get you out of this.
We're not going to drown. It's all she keeps saying. And then the navigator, her newbie navigator, like, takes control of the freaking plane.
Yeah.
And gets him out of it.
Gets him the frick out of there.
Oh, my God.
Way to go,
She saved
Galia.
the day, Galia. Yes.
If that's your name.
I think so. And once they're on land again, Galia tells Nina, that, Yelena told her that Nina hates water.
Yeah, she was like, I asked Yelena everything, like, what you like, what you don't like. I wanted to be the best navigator possible for you. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, that's kind of
cute. And yeah, Yelena's like, if we ever encounter water, you need to take control. You need to tell her she's not going to drown. Like, she told Galia to do everything that she did.
Yeah.
Which was very sweet, both on Yelena's part to, like, know her that well.
Yeah.
And also on Galia to wonder and want to be the best.
To seek out the information. Yeah. Sweet.
I know.
Sweeties.
Well, it is very much the navigator's job to, like, protect their pilot.
Absolutely,
They gotta be on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, they gotta protect each other.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So Galia's doing good.
She is.
She's doing good.
Way to go, ladies.
Heck yeah.
Then.
Then, Yelena gets back.
She does.
They have a reunited, and it feels so good moment.
Yep. I'm pretty sure they probably bang it out.
Probably. And I think Nina also has started training a lot of the new recruits. Like, she's been asked to do that. And then there's all these awards going out for, like, I don't know what they stand for. I forget. But it's like war heroes.
Basically,
that people are getting awarded. And Yelena and a few other ladies had already gotten them once we get to this point. And then another announcement comes out that Nina and some other ladies are getting one, too.
Yeah.
And she's also sorts of excited.
Yeah.
She's like, heck yeah.
I am a hero. You're right.
Yeah. I've done 616 successful flights.
Oh.
Or at that point, 615.
Yeah. We also forgot to mention that, you know, these ladies are going all night. They're, like, constantly pushing their records. Like, oh, we made 14 bombs or runs this night. Let's make 16
yeah,
tonight.
And
they're taking freaking Coca-Cola pills.
Cocaine.
Yeah, they're doing coke for sure. Yeah. And they're like, if they go too long without it, they're withdrawing, and, like, that's not good.
No, not at all.
Also, I don't want someone high flying me around. Come on.
Yeah, it's not good.
Dropping bombs?
Yeah.
Come on.
Please. Hopefully you don't drop in the wrong place.
Yeah.
But everyone's hopped up on coke.
Oops.
Yeah. They even took them when they were, like, in Moscow with Stalin. Like, they were all on Coca-Cola pills.
Yeah,
They're
you
all
got to.
Yeah, I mean, they don't sleep. They only sleep,
I gotta be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for Sir
Good
Stalin.
Old Stalin. Yeah, they don't sleep ever. They get, like, a few hours per day.
Wild.
Yeah. But, yeah, they find out that Nina and some other ladies are getting this grand award.
Yeah.
And so there's this whole, like, ritual or freaking celebration that they do where the women who've already gotten the star or whatever it is, like, put in a cup and everyone gives them vodka and they have to drink the vodka and get to the star.
To get to the star,
and, like, wear it as an honorary award winner.
Yeah.
So she gets Yelena's.
Yeah.
And gets waisty pants. Big town waisty.
Off of one, I mean, it makes sense. She's like, I haven't had any alcohol in 3 months, and
yeah, and she did say though that like they each get a ration of vodka every day, which I think is very Russian. But they all gave the winners their vodka, so she just had a shit ton for that time.
Yeah,
I'm sure she could drink far more in her normal days, but
yeah. And then what bad timing?
Oh no!
Someone comes in. I don't remember who.
I don't know, but they're like,
we're getting attacked. You guys got to get these friggin' planes out of here.
Yeah, we haven't had a chance to camouflage them, so you got to get them up in the air.
Get up in the air.
As they're all waisty pants.
As you're drunk.
So drunk. That's nice.
Come on.
Yeah, and so Nina, everyone's running to planes, and Nina, like, instinctually or habitually hops into Yelena's plane.
Yeah.
She's hopping in, and then they, like, talk to each other over the mics, and she's like, oh, shit, I'm in the wrong plane.
Yeah, she's like, she sounds weird. Like, nothing feels right. Oh, I'm in the wrong plane.
I should be in the pilot seat, for sure.
Her navigator's probably like, what the fuck, dude?
I know. They must have paired up, I guess. But who was a pilot? Neither of them are pilots.
Right. I'm sure they both know how to fly.
I'm sure they have to.
Yeah.
But they get up in the air, and Nina's like, I am drunk. And Yelena's like, no, I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Yeah, and then Nina's like, which direction are we facing? And she's like, I don't know. The dial's all blurry.
I'm drunk. So they're both trashed.
Yeah, and they just are in the air giggling about
idiots.
it.
And at one point, Nina looks down, and she's like, there's a plane under us. Yeah. And so they start playing with the plane.
She's like, we waved at it, and it waved back. And then a little while later, she's like, it's our shadow.
Idiots. Also, I'm so glad you stayed alive.
Yeah.
Can you imagine trying to fly a plane if the dials are blurry?
Yeah.
You have to be like near blackout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't even have physical control.
Hefty no thanks.
No.
Well, I mean, they just chugged a shit ton of vodka and also are taking Coke pills.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a really good combination with no sleep.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Empty stomach.
Nice.
Yeah.
But they do end up making it to the ground.
They do.
I think it's a bit of a bumpy landing.
Yeah.
But they hop out and they're like, oh, funny.
Let's do it again.
And they go and, I don't know, rest or something.
Mm-hmm.
Only then to be, Nina is woken and, like, summoned to go see the commander.
Yeah. This is bad news.
This is bad news. And she's, like, barely sobered up.
Yeah.
And they're like, she wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
And Nina's like, oh, geez Louise.
What did I do?
What the heck's going on, dude?
Snippity snap.
And what happens, Sarah?
Well, dude, her dad has been friggin' caught talking shit about Stalin.
He's been denounced.
He's being denounced.
Yeah. They're hunting
And that
him.
means that they're also hunting his entire family.
Right. All of his children.
All of his children.
Which he has many.
Yeah. Which means Nina's in big trouble.
She is. And the commander is very much saying, like, hypothetically, or, like, someone's dad, not trying to say it, like, bluntly.
Yeah, she's, like, giving her a heads up.
Yeah, she's warning
By the
her.
way,
yeah,
she's not like, I'm taking you to jail right now.
No.
She's like, dude, just so you know, someone
could
here,
maybe.
Maybe, possibly.
Perhaps.
It might rhyme with Pina.
That's exactly what she said. No, but she then goes on to say, like, I think that this person should, like, come forward, essentially, and appeal, and, like, try to get the best deal they can.
Yeah.
And Nina's like, they're going to put me in a freaking camp that I have to work at, or prison. Like, there's no good option here.
Yeah, or they'll just kill me.
Yeah. There's no good way out of this.
Yeah.
My fucking dad did it to me. I'm going down because of his ass. I should have killed him when I left.
Yeah, she's like, man, if I had just used that razor when I left, like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Why didn't you? Come on.
God. But, yeah. But,
she decides that she's going to run.
She does. I don't remember why Galia's not with her. But she says that she's going to fly alone. Maybe Galia's benched or something. Or,
yeah, Galia's benched because of... something. I don't remember what, but I know that she's benched.
Okay, she's alive.
Yeah.
But she's benched.
Yeah.
And so Nina's like, I
can go by myself.
Can I
I'll
still
be
go?
fine.
And the commander's like, yeah, you can go by yourself, knowing that that's Nina's plan.
Yeah.
And
and everyone knows. Like, as they're walking out to go to their planes, everyone's, like, singing to her.
Yeah, they all start singing Hymn from the Old Man, which is, like, where she's grew up.
Yeah.
And they start, like, gathering around her. Because they always do this ritual of, like, running out to their planes.
Yeah.
And the first person or pilot to reach the plane is the first to lead the charge.
Leader, yeah.
And they're doing all of this, and all the women are singing the song and surrounding her and, like, touching her lightly and letting her know that they're with her.
Yeah.
And they all know what happened, like the denouncing of her father and stuff.
Word spread.
Yeah. And she talks about how as she starts running towards her plane, like, all of the sestras are, like, gathered around her. So if any, like, prying eyes from the outside saw, there wouldn't be any, like, grief showing.
Yeah.
Because she's sobbing. Like, everyone's sobbing.
Yeah.
But, like, they're trying to make it seem like everything's A-okay.
Yeah. And before this, we forgot to mention.
Yelena.
Yeah, she, like, met with Yelena and told her what was happening and asked her to come with her.
Yeah.
And Yelena was like, I can't.
And Nina told her she loved her.
Yeah.
And Yelena's like, I can't choose love over my
country and my family.
And my sisters. Yeah. Like, I can't do it.
Yeah. Sad.
So Yelena said, no, you gotta go alone. But
Nina goes. She takes her plane.
Well, they do the bombing.
Yeah. And she, like, drops.
She drops her plane. She gets first.
Yeah.
So she's leading the pack.
Yeah.
Drops her bombs and then makes it look like she never pulled back up.
Yeah.
Like,
she, like, drops her bombs and then drops her plane.
Yeah.
And is flying as low as possible.
Yeah.
To get away.
Yeah.
And she does.
She does.
And she flies as long as her friggin' plane will let her.
She does. And she finds a clearing in the forest.
Oh, and she decided she's going west, so she's going all the way west.
Yeah.
Because that was always, like,
the opposite
thing.
Of where she grew up.
Yeah.
Because she lived the farthest east. So she finds a clearing and drops the plane and scraps it. And she thinks about, this is the Rusalka also. She took the Rusalka.
Yeah.
And she's like, it's not only saying goodbye to Yelena and my sestras and all of that, but also this plane. That was like...
it's like her home.
Nina!
Yeah. And she burns that.
She does.
She burns that bitch.
She does.
That lake witch bitch.
Oh, and we never mentioned also.
Yeah.
That, well before this, there was like some scouting or flying or whatever, and one of the women said that she heard the Germans screaming underneath them because they got close enough, and they were screaming night witches.
Yeah.
So that was like their new nickname, and
yeah.
the commander called them that.
Yeah.
And stuff, which was cute.
Yeah.
So they're the night witches. Well, Nina's not anymore.
No.
Did anything
She'll
happen
always
after
be
she
a night
landed?
witch
True.
in her heart.
I know.
Well, no, she's like, yeah, she starts hallucinating and shit because she doesn't have her coke pills.
Dude, she starts detoxing.
Yeah. She's
real
like
hard.
Not okay.
No.
She's sick. She can't eat anything. She's hallucinating her dad.
Sweats.
And she keeps telling him to go away, that she wants Yelena, and he's like, you're stuck with me.
Yeah, sore muscles.
Yeah.
And this lasts for like days. I'm surprised she's not found.
Yeah.
Especially after having set a giant fire to her plane.
Right. Way to draw attention.
God dang. But she does make it, and after a few days she starts feeling better and like remembers her father having taught her to hunt and stuff so she can catch her own food. And she brought as much with her as she could. But I think that's where Nina left off.
I think
in this section.
too. Yeah.
So Nina is just out on her own in the wilderness.
MIA, y'all.
Yeah, in the past.
Well, and the good thing is, if they find the plane, they're like, oh, it's burned. She's obviously dead.
She must be. It must have exploded.
Yeah.
But even though there's no human bones anywhere, we don't need to talk about that.
How did she get so far?
Weird.
Whoa.
Yeah. So that's crazy.
Yeah,
Nina's
dude.
backstory is actually nuts.
It's nuts and sad.
I know.
God.
Poor Nina.
She just loved her job and wanted to keep bombing people, and they wouldn't let her.
Yeah. And Yelena had talked a lot about, like, what do you see for yourself after the war? And she was saying she wanted babies and, like, a house and to have all of that with Nina.
Nina's like, I just want to keep doing this.
Yeah. I literally don't want to do anything else but fly and hunt Germans and this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I don't know if there's something wrong with me because I can't envision anything else, but that's all I want.
Yeah. Freaking Nina. I love her.
Nina.
She's
I
so
do too.
sassy.
She's dope.
Yeah.
She's boss ass bitch.
She is.
She is.
But anyways.
Anyway.
Then we move on to Ian.
Let's move on to Ian, because Nina and Ian are involved. Ninian. Come on. But, in this section, where do we start?
Well, Ian and Tony and Nina are on a boat.
On a boat to the United States.
Yeah.
They're on their way to Boston to do their investigating.
Yeah.
Shoot, dang.
And they meet some person who Ian knows
from the war.
The war.
Yeah, some person he used to know.
I don't really remember why that's important.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
Not much was said after that interaction. Okay. He's just like, ugh, yawn.
Yeah.
I'm not it. I mean, maybe there was some stuff. I don't remember. But anyway, on this boat journey, Ian and Nina bang.
They do. Yeah,
they start banging. They start banging. And Nina is very much like, it's just sex. We're still going to divorce.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing more to
You're
this.
You're just my fuck buddy, dude.
Yeah.
Don't get feelings.
Don't get any
attached.
Weird thoughts, bro.
Come on.
This isn't going to be anything big.
Yeah.
Gosh. But they make their way downtown, walking fast. They get to the United States. They get to Boston and get a little apartment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And friggin' Tony goes to McBride Antique Shop.
Yeah.
And
well, I know this is like intertwining with
I know,
Jordan's
I'm like,
story.
I don't want to give away too much.
I mean, that's
Jordan.
okay. We're going to talk about her soon.
But he goes to the shop and meets Jordan and basically says he's looking for a job.
Yeah.
Wants to work there.
Yeah.
Because he wants to look into this family.
Right. Because they, when talking to what they assume is the Huntress's mom, she said something about a mix something antique shop. In Boston.
And he said that McBride is the only thing even close to that. So.
Yeah. So he gets a job there.
Yeah.
He gets a freaking job. All the while, Ian and Nina are banging a bunch.
They are banging
all over the place. And at the shop, there is a German man who works in the back.
Named Kolb,
who is like a specialist at looking at old stuff and repairing old stuff.
Yeah.
Antique guy.
Yeah.
He himself is an antique.
He is. And he's very drunk all the time.
All the time. Wasty pants.
Kind of rude.
Yeah. Yeah. But they are suspicious of him.
Yeah.
Because he's a German man.
He is.
And they've heard that, like, documents or correspondence were leaving the antique shop.
Yeah, so he thinks they're, like, falsifying records.
Or doing something.
Something.
Oh, yeah. Helping Germans into the United States, like, giving them false IDs and stuff.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, and so they want to investigate him. And Ian and Nina decide to go to his house.
Yeah.
And
forgot about that. Yeah.
Before they go, Ian's like, girl, you need something else to wear. And he takes Nina shopping.
Oh, yeah.
Because she has all these patchwork shit and she keeps stealing their clothes.
Yeah, he wants her to look like a freaking
secretary. And brings her to shop.
He's like, only brown and tan. That's all you can wear.
And the saleswoman's like, no, dude, nobody wears that shit.
It's not her color. It's no one's color.
Yeah, but he gets her set up in some, like, nice blue something and makes her look professional, like his secretary.
Yeah. And then they go see Kolb.
And when they approach, he looks all official in his fancy suit.
Yeah.
And flashes his passport as if it's identification.
Yeah, he's like, I have enough stamps that it looks official.
Yeah. And Kolb for a second like, can I see that? And he's like, do you really need to?
Yeah.
In his intimidation.
Yeah.
Like, okay. But Kolb definitely is under the impression that, like, they're here to
investigate him.
Yeah, or, like, send him back to Germany or something.
And they're asking him all these questions about, falsifying documents, and
but he won't crack.
He's not cracking. He's a tough old German man.
He won't say much. He does give him his real name, like the name he uses is false.
Yeah.
He tells them his real name while Nina's, like, searching his apartment for any side of anything.
Yeah.
And
yeah, they're still looking for friggin' anything to do with Lorelai.
Right. Trying to connect him in any way to this mysterious Lorelai.
Yeah.
Who they presume is the Huntress.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it Nina?
Oh,
is she right under your nose, Ian?
Dude, can you fucking imagine?
I will be so shook.
I need to know.
I know. If they're like, Annalise is actually really lovely and wonderful forever.
Nina was a
not
night
at all
witch, but
sinister.
then lost the love of her life, and so she went crazy, and now she's the Huntress.
I mean, she does talk about how all she wants to do is freaking fly and hunt.
Yeah, dude.
And how she calls herself a hunter all the time.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay, this isn't Nina's section anymore. Move on.
God. Anyway, Ian, like, loses his shit a little bit.
Yeah.
In this interrogation.
Yeah, he's, they all got in a fight because he was like, no violence, and no, we're not going to kill anybody. We're not those people. We're just as bad as them if we stoop to that level. Yeah. And he gets violent with Kolb.
He shoves him up against the wall.
He does. He's like choking him out. Could you quit it? Am I boring you?
Out of nowhere. No, Sarah.
Jeez.
I stayed up till 12:30 reading this fucking book. Anyway. Yeah, he shoved me up against the wall. I malfunctioned. And really considers, like, beating the shit out of him. Yeah. And for a minute, Nina, like, pulls out a razor. Yeah. And she's ready to fight.
She's like, yeah, baby.
And Ian knows. He's like, she'll let me do anything. She wouldn't stop me. Yeah. But he gets his shit together and doesn't do that.
He stops himself.
He also worries about Kolb, like, warning the Huntress. Yeah. That they're searching around for her.
Yeah, because they think it's freaking the stepmom. So they're worried that he's going to tell the stepmom that they're sniffing around.
I don't know if they think it's the stepmom.
They do!
Because I feel like that's in part of Jordan's story. But I'm not convinced that they do. I mean, they may have had, like, an inkling.
I don't think they are like, yeah, it's her for sure. Yeah. But I think they're suspicious.
Maybe. But I feel like they're more worried about the Huntress, whoever this person is, having worked with Kolb and maybe still does. And so, like, he'll spread the word that way. And not necessarily the mom. But who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure she's a part of the suspect list. But they also talk about how, like, after we uncover all of this stuff, we can then talk to the family and see how they want to deal with it. Annalise and Jordan included.
Yeah. Well, listen, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but it's in Jordan's section, so.
Okay. Anyway.
Move on.
They leave Kolb. They don't beat him up.
Yep.
They go away. Mm-hmm. Back home. And
making their way back downtown.
Making their way back downtown. Or uptown. Funk you up. Anyway. But then there's a bunch of nights where Ian, like, goes up on the roof to find Nina up there. And they start, like, getting to know each other. Like, she's starting to tell him stuff about her past. Mm-hmm. And he tells her about his bit, too. Mm-hmm. Oh, shit! I'm so sorry, but we have to say this. Okay. Because this is where the section ended. Nina lands, detoxes, and meets Sebastian.
Oh, that's
right! That's how the section ends!
Right! I forgot. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah. That's Ian's brother.
Yeah, dude.
The one that got murdered by the Huntress.
I was really mad when that was the end of this. I was like, are you kidding me?
It was a cliffhanger.
Yeah, and I can't believe I forgot.
I know.
My brain.
Dude.
Holy shit, dude.
That's where we left you guys in this section.
Yeah,
and I'm
very
excited about it. But yeah.
Come on.
Nina in her past met Sebastian.
Yep.
Right after she ditched.
Yep.
Anyways. They're on the roof a lot getting to know one another.
They're chatting, yeah.
And Ian tells her a story about how when he was a journalist during the war, he, jumped out of a plane with one of the soldiers. Yeah. And their parachute got all fucked up. Or something happened in the air where they were shot down. And they ended up, like, landing in a tree. Their parachute got caught on a tree.
Yeah, dude. and the freaking dude he jumped with is like stuck.
And like
and
impaled.
Injured. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's got holes in him. He's not doing okay. And Ian that's like his flashback is all of that and him just hanging there while the guy...
they're talking about dreams.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, what's your lake or whatever?
Yeah. And he had to sit and hang and watch this guy die. Yeah. Because he couldn't get himself free. They were just hanging there. And that guy died in front of him. And that's his, like, reoccurring nightmare.
Yeah. That's so...
I know.
It's so brutal. Fucked up, dude.
And he said he, like, kept imagining it as his brother Sebastian. That's where I remembered.
Yeah, because he started, like, hallucinating. You're hanging there for hours. You're injured. You're hurt.
Yeah.
Dude's fucking screaming his head off because he's dying.
I know.
And wow. Yeah.
I know.
Brutal.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, but they learn a lot more about each other.
Yeah.
And Ian starts like catching feels for Nina
he's
He's into her.
He's into her.
Yeah.
He likes her a little bit. He's got the tingles in his tummy.
The tingles in his tummy.
You know?
I guess. But outside of all of that, while Tony's like trying to dig around at the shop, Ian and Nina are going through like any paperwork that Tony can grab from Kolb to see if he's kept record of the people he's worked with.
Yeah.
And that's like their main shtick right now. I feel like most of the rest of it happens in Jordan's story.
Yeah.
So yeah. They're still on the hunt. They haven't really found anything substantial.
No.
But they have a foot in the door with the McBride family.
They do, yeah.
And we're now up to timeline. Jordan came up to timeline, so it's all relevant present day.
Yeah, and we have some friggin' story crossover, so everyone is intertwined now.
Oh my gosh.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Holy freaking crap.
All right, dude. We gotta talk about Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So much happened in this fucking section with Jordan.
I know.
Oh my god.
Jordan's going through a lot.
Yeah. So it's 5 years later.
5 years later.
She's in a wedding dress shop.
Well, no. That ends up happening. But there's definitely plans for a wedding being made.
Yeah.
I don't think that's where it starts. I don't know how much it matters. But it's been 5 years. She decided to not go to college and to give up photography, basically. She got engaged to Garrett.
Uh-huh.
She's working at the shop.
Uh-huh.
And has basically taken it over.
Yeah.
And her dad, like, comes in and is chatting to her. And he's been doing a lot of traveling with Anna, who has changed her name to Anna. Well, goes by Anna.
Yeah. She's not Annalise anymore.
Anna. And the dad's like, I don't know, they come in. Annalise wants to take her dress shopping. Anna has had, like, some opinions about the shop, about things to do, like offering refreshments and all these stuff that has helped. And they're doing well. The shop's doing well. Yeah. She's making all these wedding arrangements with good old Garrett. Mm-hmm. And then the dad is like, Anna wants to take you to go dress shopping, so you should do that. Mm-hmm. And they seem to have a decent relationship now.
Yeah.
5 years later.
She said, like, it was tense for a little while, but things have gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, she's lovely.
She's great.
Wow, I love her.
Yay. But she's, like, 21 now. Ruth's, like, 8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God.
Ruthie's growing up.
I know. And Anna comes into the shop with, like, a piece of cloth and was like, this would look like a pretty dress for you. It would be your color. Mm-hmm. Also, let's go get a wedding dress.
Yeah, I want to buy you a wedding dress.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh. What?
Last episode we were unsure what Jordan called Ruth. We were saying peanut.
Cricket.
Cashew. Almond. It's Cricket. Which I think is a really cute nickname.
It is very cute.
So.
Their relationship is cute.
It is.
I'm glad they have each other.
Me too. They're cuties.
Yes! But they go to buy a wedding dress.
They do.
They go shopping.
And Jordan's trying on freaking dresses.
She is. She's looking cute. Yeah. Looking pretty.
Wow, I'm getting married.
Oh my God. But then they get a phone call.
No, dude walks in.
Oh, officer.
Officer walks in and asks for Anna. Mm-hmm. And he's like, Mrs. McBride?
Oh, no.
Sorry, I have bad news. There's been an accident.
Yeah.
Your husband's dead.
The husband! Jordan's dad died!
Jordan's freaking dad died in a horrible hunting accident.
A horrible hunting accident. Yeah. And he went to the hospital after this accident and was in there for 2 weeks, like, on life support.
Oh, yeah, he wasn't dead right away. Right. You're right. I forgot.
They, watched him die over the course of a couple weeks and then have to plan this big old funeral. And Anna and Jordan are sort of leaning on each other in all of this. And they keep reminding or, like, talking to each other about how they have to keep explaining the accident and, like, saying thank you for all these shit. And they're both tired of it. And it's a lot. And apparently the accident was that he was going hunting, which he did lots of times. Yeah. And had his own guns that he cleaned all the time.
Yeah, but he was using a different gun this time.
He was using the same gun, but it
was the same gun. It was the bad ammo.
Ammunition. That was meant for newer guns.
And it exploded.
Yeah. But, like, the cop asks, like, did he always buy his own ammunition? Did he always clean his own gun? She's like, yeah, without a fault.
Yeah.
seems suspicious.
Yeah, did Anna buy his ammunition?
Did Anna have anything to do with it?
It was Ruth, wasn't it?
Damn it, Ruth.
Ruth is the Huntress.
At only 8 years old, she somehow did a lot of shit when she was a baby.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's suspicious as hell.
Yeah.
Don't know about all that.
Sure.
Come on. Jeez.
That's really sad, too, though. Damn, dude.
I know.
Your dad's dead. Sorry.
Damn, dude. Damn. I know. But at the end of the funeral, Anna tells Jordan to, like, go. Like, I can handle this. You need to go take some time for yourself.
Take a minute, alone, girl.
And so she goes to the shop. That's where she ends up.
She brings a lemon meringue pie that some lady gave her on her way out.
On her way out. She gets to the shop. She puts the sign to open for some reason.
She said it was just like habit.
Yeah. And who walks in?
Freaking Tony.
Tony walks in.
Anton.
Antonio. It's probably where you were going.
I was going to say Antonio, and then I was like, that's not right, Sarah.
Anton. Antonushk. I don't remember.
Tony.
Okay. But he comes in. This is when he comes looking for a job.
Yeah. And Jordan's a sobbing mess.
Sobs.
Yeah.
Like, they start chatting a little bit.
Oh, yeah. They're chatting. He goes and gets him a pie because she put the pie in the bird bath.
And it was a gross pie.
It was a bad pie, and that made her cry.
Yeah. So he gets her better dessert.
Yeah.
And they talk a little bit about how her dad had put up a help wanted poster to free up Jordan a little bit.
Yeah. Because she's going to be a housewife now.
Yeah, she's going to get married and have to rule the house or run the house for Garrett.
Have babies.
Yeah, you can't be working when you have babies. And Tony's very much interested in the job, and he sits and, like, listens to her sobbing about her dad because she literally just came from the funeral.
Yeah.
And she's like, please come back on Monday, but I'm pretty sure you have the job. Like, my stepmom's going to want references and stuff and, like, a formal application. But, come back when you're ready.
Yeah. Sad. Yeah. And I think this is when they, like, look into Annalise a little bit. But in the obituary, she said that she was born in Boston.
Yeah, which was brought up to Jordan. And she was like, there was, like, misinformation about her dad's dates of, like, birth and death.
Yeah, so she's like, it was probably just a mistake.
Yeah, no, it was not.
No.
If Annalise is the Huntress, she's laying tracks.
Yeah.
To be said that she was born and raised in Boston.
And it worked. I mean, I feel like it kind of took their noses off of her a little bit.
It sure did.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, interesting, guys. Like, you should be thinking all possibilities.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot going on.
Especially, there's a guy, Kolb, friggin' forging paperwork.
Yeah.
He could very easily forge something, friggin' birth certificate that she's from Boston.
For sure. Yeah.
Come on.
For sure. Come on.
Use your brains,
guys. Come on, guys. Jeez, God. Maybe they will.
Maybe.
But, yeah. They get Tony hired.
Yeah.
And through all of this, too, she's, like, hanging out with Garrett a lot. They've decided to bang, so now they bang around.
Yeah. In the back of the truck.
They be banging.
They be banging all over the place.
They be banging. He takes her up in a plane, because he's also a veteran.
Yeah.
And now he, like, flies commercially or does lessons or something.
Yeah.
And Tony's getting his grips at the shop. And Annalise meets Ruth.
Yeah.
And Ruth's real cute. She likes Tony.
She does.
He's very, like, engaging with her.
She's, like, obsessed with the
little violin.
Half-size violin that they have in the shop.
Yeah. And I don't remember what the context is, but Anna and Jordan have some sort of conversation. Well, okay. Yeah. I don't remember when or why.
Okay.
Maybe when she's doing dishes or something. She, like, catches Anna in the kitchen, and they're talking about, like, what to do with the shop. Because Anna's going to talk to the lawyer about all the inheritance and stuff.
Yeah.
And
was this, I think this might have been, like, they both woke up from a nightmare or something and
in the middle
ran
of the
into
night.
each other in the kitchen
like,
and made hot cocoa.
Yeah. And Anna tells her about a nightmare about, like, a lake and a woman chasing her and Ruth.
Yeah.
And, like, something scary.
Yeah.
And bloody and deadly.
Nina,
maybe. Or she's dreaming about the situation with Nina. How she killed someone with... Anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe it is Nina. God, I don't know. But they're chatting a lot. And then they talk about, you know, the will and what's going to happen with everything and how it's gone to Anna. But that she, you know, once she goes on, then it's Ruth and Jordan's and whatever. And Anna then goes on to say, like, you know, I know you don't want to marry Garrett. You don't want to marry him.
And you don't want to work in the shop.
You can go to college.
Go to college. I'll give you an allowance.
Yeah. I'll take care of the freaking shop.
Yeah.
You can go do you. Be free, lady. And I'll be fine. And part of me is like, she's definitely trying to get rid of Jordan.
Oh,
so
for
she's
sure.
like out of the picture and not asking questions.
Yeah.
She doesn't want her here. Like, she's kind of aggressive about it.
Here's my other thing, though, is like, Jordan doesn't really ask questions anymore. She loves Anna.
I know.
She loves Ruth. So why is she so insistent on getting rid of her?
I don't know.
It makes me
It is interesting.
question.
She has pumped the brakes. I mean, I think at one point, because Anna came into the shop to meet Tony, like, very briefly.
Yeah.
And Ruth, that was when she was, like, admiring this tiny violin.
Yeah.
And their interaction was whatever. Tony didn't catch much weird from Anna. You know, it was very brief and short.
Yeah.
But after that, in this nighttime talk, I'm pretty sure Jordan says something like, we should get her into violin lessons. Like, she should be doing something with that. And Anna shuts that down hard. She's like, no violin. I don't want reminders of any music. Like, this is just going to pull up trauma from her mom. Like,
well, and she says something about how... I don't even want to say this out loud. It's fucked up.
What?
Jewish kids all play music, and I don't want her to be associated with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck off.
Right. But that also is like, okay, Nazi.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
It very much gives that. Like,
yeah.
Anna keeps having these moments of being very,
she, like,
racist.
lets her mask slip a little bit.
Yeah, lets her mask slip, talks shit about other people.
Yeah.
And clearly has this, like, superiority complex.
Yeah.
And so that, again, leads me to feeling like it's Anna.
Yeah.
I don't know. The back and forth is wild, and I'm excited to see what happens. But
and Jordan does, like, shut her down. I feel like when those situations happen, she's like, that's not a nice thing to say. You really shouldn't say that.
Yeah, and Anna just ignores it when Jordan says stuff like that. But, yeah, she, like, pushes Anna to get her into violin lessons. And Anna's like, no, dude. And,
absolutely not.
Yeah. And also along this line, Jordan has been working more on her photographs. Like, she printed some of her dad that she had for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, because
like,
Tony, like, sparked an idea in her.
Yeah, well, even before that, she prints one of her dad and, like, brings it to the shop. And Tony's like, that's really cool. It's like a master of art at work. You should hang it in the shop because that's, like, where he was at home. And she was like, thanks so much for the idea.
Sparks. Yeah.
That and the violin. Those were the two ideas that she's like, thank you, Palio. And so, with all of that, one, Anna's like, you don't want to marry Garrett. And she's like, shit, you right. And then Tony's saying, like, that's dope pictures. She starts formulating all these ideas. And meets up with Garrett at some point. I don't remember what they're doing.
I don't either. Maybe going on a date.
Who knows? But
banging.
Banging, probably. Maybe not. This is a serious conversation.
Probably not.
But she basically tells him that she's planning to go to college.
Yeah, and she wants him to come with her.
Yeah, and that, you know, they're not going to get married in spring as they were planning on.
Yeah, she's like, I want to
postpone. We're going to postpone.
Wedding.
And he's like, we can't postpone again. Like, what the dang heck, dude?
My mom would be heartbroken.
Yeah. And she's like, well, do you even love me? You've never told me you love me.
Yeah. Mind blown.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excuse me?
And he's like, well, you haven't told me you love me. And she's like, okay, well, are we just together because, are we together because it's love or are we together because it's habit?
Yeah.
And he's like, give me my ring back.
Mm-hmm.
So they break off their engagement.
They're broken.
Oh, my God.
Broken up.
Broke up, dude.
Oh, shit.
Snippity snap whap.
Good for her.
Yeah, for sure.
Screw that guy.
You're too young. You don't need to be getting engaged at freaking like 18 or less.
Well, and to be
17.
with someone for 5 years and they've never told you they love you outside of, like, in the bedroom.
Yeah. No thanks.
Thank you.
No thanks. That's not love.
No.
It's just like what they thought they had to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the parents were pressuring it so much and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
well, and they were, like, comfortable with each other, so why break that off?
And they're, like, good friends, you know what I mean? Like, they have a good relationship, minus the whole idea that they don't love each other.
Yeah.
So she breaks up with him.
Yeah.
Well, he breaks up with her, kind of.
Yeah.
But that happens.
It does.
And then she has the idea to make a photo essay about people, like, the true essence of a person.
Yeah.
Like, she thought of her dad and, like, zoomed the pictures to be perfect to just show him, like, working in the antique shop with very little of his face.
Yeah, so it could
like,
be anybody at work.
And she took one of Garrett and his plane that was very generalized and wants to, like, go around the city and take pictures of people in their essence.
Yeah.
And she's excited about this.
Yeah.
And at one point...
She goes... Are you going to talk about going to freaking...
Yeah.
Tony's place?
Yeah.
Yeah. She takes Ruth and goes to Ian's address.
Uh-huh.
Because he forgot his paycheck.
Tony did.
At work.
Yeah.
Tony, yeah.
Yeah.
And, she just, like, walks in like she owns the place.
Well, Ruth does. Ruth comes scampering in.
That's right, yeah.
And because Ian's playing the violin.
She hears the music and she's like, bye, I'm going to that
and
now.
she looks all enchanted. And Ian says something about, like, there's something in her eyes that's very reminiscent of my brother. Sebastian. Like, this haunted, traumatized past child. Like, you could see it in her eyes that she's not okay.
And he's like, man, I'm not going to be able to say no to that child.
Yeah, and she comes up and is listening to him and is just, like, enamored with it. Yeah. And he's playing her music. He's like, I'm not very good. And he starts showing her some stuff on the violin. Just, like, basic stuff. And at this point, Jordan's in the room, and she's like, oh, my God, you should give her lessons.
Yeah, they're just chatting.
Well, she doesn't say that. She's like, we should get you lessons. And she's like, I want it to be Ian. Ruth does. And he's like, I mean, I could show her some things. He just agrees to that.
He's like, all right.
Yeah, so it's very interesting now. Okay, well then, before I say that comment.
Okay.
Tony, like, walks him out.
Yeah. Oh, and he asks Jordan on a date.
He does.
He's like, I couldn't help but notice the day after your ring came off that your ring came off. You're a single lady.
Yeah, and I think you're cute.
I like you.
And we should go out to dinner. It doesn't have to be a date.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm really busy with all these photo shoots. He's like, well, let me come with you on one of them. I'll be your, like, assistant. And she's like, all right.
Yeah, he's like, don't all photographers have assistants?
Yeah.
She's like, only the famous ones, dude.
Yeah. But I find that it's very interesting how Jordan and Ruth are now becoming, like, more personally connected to Ian and Tony. Like, there's got to be something that unfolds there. Come on. They're getting an in into the family.
Yeah.
And Anna knows nothing about it.
Yeah.
So after they have this encounter, they go home. Ruth and Jordan.
Yeah.
And Anna says that she needs Jordan to watch Ruth for a number of weeks.
Yeah, she's got to go away to shop for stuff for the shop.
Yeah.
She's like, I got to go appraise some stuff.
Yeah, I got to get some things.
I'm going to go to this place for a couple weeks, and then if that goes well, I'm going to go to this other place for a couple more weeks.
Yeah, so you got to take care of Ruth.
Yeah.
And also, Kolb mentioned something about an Englishman sniffing around.
Oh, yeah, she asks about Jordan. No. Yeah, something.
Whoa.
When Jordan walks in, Annalise says something about, like, you look like someone who's been flirting with a boy.
Yeah.
Like, you have a sparkle in your eye.
Yeah. And she's like, yeah. Who asked you out? Did he ask you out? She's like, yeah. And doesn't tell him who it is. Who it is. But she's like, wouldn't happen to be an Englishman. She's like, no, definitely not.
Not to my knowledge, anyways.
And she's like, well, Kolb said there's some guy sniffing around. So if you, like, encounter any of that who's asking questions, like, you gotta let me know.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, Anna.
Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, Anna. Is that all that happened with Jordan?
I think so.
Yeah, I don't think we went to Tony's date yet.
Mm-mm.
Or, like, him helping her.
Mm-mm.
Dang!
Oh, well, and she acknowledges that, she's like, oh, Anna's leaving. That'll make these violin lessons easier. So she's, like, sneaking behind
Anna's back. And she told Ruth not to tell her mom.
Yeah, she's like, don't tell your mom. This is a secret between us.
Yeah. But she also saw Ruth's face during the, like, small violin lesson. And she's like, I've never seen her that happy.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And I think she plans on buying the
little tiny violin. Or at least letting her use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Ian's like, she could play this, but she really needs a half-size violin. But yeah.
Yeah, this was a wild section. I'm really excited to finish this
Me
book
too.
this week.
We have a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. We need them answered.
All of them.
I can't wait to know what happens.
I know.
Oh my
It's
God.
gotta be Anna. It has to be.
Right? But it could be Nina.
But it could be Nina.
It could be Nina.
There is a small, slim chance that it's Nina.
I'm going to be kind of heartbroken if it's Nina.
Me too, because I love Nina.
I know. Ian loves her too.
Yeah.
At one point, Tony's like, you do realize you're falling for your wife. And he's like, no.
No, I would never.
My wife's insane. He's like, yeah, okay, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're definitely falling in love. Well, at least Ian is.
He is, yeah.
Nina is heartbroken over Elena.
I would imagine still, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she loved her.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a number of years, though.
Still. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I really can't wait to know what happens.
Yeah.
It's freaking crazy, guys.
I know. It's.
Holy crap.
I want to go read it right now.
Yeah.
I need to know.
Yes.
Immediately.
I loved this section. What do you think's going to happen next? Predictions. What do you think's going to happen next?
I don't know.
Sarah, you gotta have an idea.
I don't freaking know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Do you think
I do think that.
Hey, what do you think?
Jordan is somehow going to find out that Anna was involved in her father's death.
Okay.
Because I'm convinced.
Yeah, come on.
She had to have been the one to buy the ammo.
Come on.
And Cole probably fucking helped her. He was like, yeah, those are the kind that'll explode.
Right?
Come on.
Come on. For sure. I feel like Anna...
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt you.
No.
I think that Jordan and Tony are going to fall in love.
For sure.
That's all.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that Anna is on her vacation, or, well, appraising shit. She's going to be trying to, like, cover her tracks in some way.
Yeah. I don't feel like she's actually doing what she says she
not
is.
at all. It has nothing to do with the shop.
No.
She's busy doing something.
Doing hood shit.
She did talk about wanting, I think she hinted at wanting to bring her mom to the United States. She said there was, like, a woman who did this and that, and she'd like to get her over. Because she helped bring Kolb over. They sponsored him.
Yeah.
So she's trying to bring all these Germans over. Either more Nazi friends or her mom.
Yeah.
But she's going to cover her tracks somehow.
For
Do something too. Or she's going to be on the trail of, like, Tony and friends because of Kolb.
Yeah.
And do some fucked up stuff to them.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no.
And when that happens, Nina's going to be like, that's the one! Or Anna is not the one, and she's looking for Nina because Nina's the Huntress, and she's going to be like, guys, that's the Huntress. She tried to kill me. She did kill Ruth's mom.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, my God.
What if?
What if?
No.
What?
No.
What?
No.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
What if Annalise is actually Nina?
And Nina is Annalise?
And
Nina's Lorelai?
Lorelai.
I don't know. Maybe.
Because Nina went MIA.
Yeah.
So she couldn't just be wandering around with her real fucking name because she could get killed for leaving.
Yeah. That's true. She did abandon.
So
maybe Annalise is
Nina is actually Annalise. Dude.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
And then this Nina lady was just a Nazi party member who knew about the Nina ditching story.
Yeah. And she's like, I'll be that bitch.
Yeah, why not? But I'm also really
actually the
Huntress. And the lake connections fucked me up.
Yeah, dude.
Because the Huntress lived on a lake and did bad stuff on a lake. And Nina was raised by a lake and was called a friggin' lake monster, which... Dude,
lake monster witch.
I can't handle it.
I know.
I have to know.
I need to know
I need to know. But I also can't read it until closer to the podcast recording day or else I'll forget.
Yeah, you're right.
Shit.
Although you're right.
Well, dang. What else are you reading, Sarah?
Let's
steer out of the Huntress. What are you reading on the side?
Right now, I am reading... What am I reading? Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan.
Yeah.
I just started it. I'm like 50 pages in.
And it's romance?
What?
It's not a romance. Is it a romance?
It is a romance, yeah.
Okay.
It's a love story.
Are you liking it in your small bits?
It's fine.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of substance to it yet.
Sounds like a romance.
Yeah. Yeah. And then...
We're reading The Kingdom of Copper.
Yeah, I was like, outside of that, I don't think I'm reading anything but our buddy read.
Yeah.
Kingdom of Copper by S.A. Chakraborty.
Yes, girl. The second in the David Bad trilogy.
Yeah.
City Brass is really good, guys. So if you haven't read it, you should read it and then read Kingdom of Copper and let us know how you feel about it.
Yeah.
We're only 5 chapters in, so...
Yeah.
But that's going to be this week, too. Mm-hmm. Y'all are a week behind us, so by the time this episode comes out, we'll probably be done with it.
Yeah.
I'm reading Fable by Adrienne Young.
Yes.
Pirate vibes.
Heck yeah.
Pirate
You liking
vibes.
it so far?
I'm enjoying it.
Good.
It's definitely YA, easy read.
Yeah.
But I have questions. I like when a book makes me have questions.
Yeah.
Like The Huntress.
Yes.
Oh my god. This one's way more intense than Fable.
Yeah, for sure.
Nonetheless, it's good so far. I enjoy it.
Good.
I've only read one other book by Adrienne Young. Am I wrong about that? I might be.
What book?
I don't know.
Oh.
It might be the wrong author that I'm thinking
Okay.
of. Hold on, let me look real quick. Yeah, I was very wrong.
Okay.
Scrap all of that.
Okay.
Anyway, who the fuck needs to calm down for you this week, Sarah?
Garrett needs to calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
He was kind of a butt in this section.
He was kind of butt-like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I feel like he was fine until...
he got rejected.
Yeah. And then he was a wiener. Yeah. So that's fair. That's fair.
What about you? Who needs to chill the fuck out?
Nina's dad.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
He needs to chill the fuck out.
You're very right.
Except he can't anymore, because that was in the past.
Yeah.
But he
could have
chilled the fuck out.
Chilled the fuck out.
Come on.
Come on.
Quit talking smack about Stalin where people can hear you.
Yeah.
Ugh,
you're right.
Who needs to calm the fuck down, guys?
Yeah, who?
Tell us. Also, next week, we are finishing the book.
Yes, so chapters 39 through the end.
That's right. We are so excited to talk about the end.
I'm so excited.
So y'all better read it before you listen.
I hope it's not disappointing.
Yeah, I know. Same.
There's got to be a twist somehow,
It can't be disappointing. It's so good.
There's got to be a twist, though, somehow, right?
Yeah, maybe it's that Nina's a Huntress.
I know, but even if it's not that, and it is Anna,
there's got
to be some tiny little twist.
I'm sure there is.
And it better not be that she killed the dad, because that's very obvious.
Yeah. It can't just be that. Jeez.
So.
Come on. But then, if Nina is the Huntress, Annalise, why would she kill the dad?
I don't know. Because... I don't know. She's got some sketchy shit going on the side still. Even if she's not the Huntress.
It's true.
She's still a sketchy bitch.
It's true. She is weird and
maybe
stern.
She's in love with Kolb.
Maybe. She wants to run away with the old man.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. But we're excited to finish it off next week, guys. So definitely finish it with us.
And you have to make sure to freaking tune in next week.
Please do. We got to know what happens all together now.
I'm going to get you.
Yeah. And please like the video if you're watching it on YouTube, or leave us a rating on any podcast platform you're listening on.
Super helpful. Please do it.
Yes. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at Books Crannies Podcast if you want to watch more content from us.
Yes.
And
we are most active on TikTok, but
true.
We will interact with you anywhere.
We will. So go comment on our stuff, guys.
Yeah.
We use TikTok and stuff to pick books for future episodes.
Yeah.
And
we do giveaways.
We do.
You better freaking tune in.
Come on. But thank you so much for listening or watching. We really appreciate y'all.
Yes.
And have a great week. And happy freaking reading.
Have a good week.
Okay, bye.